Could they be wrong? Wouldn't you love to know who they is? I grew up in a family where we learned quickly not to use the word they, especially if we were using it in explanation for why something was so. You know, if I come home from school and say, well, they said, I was always challenged, who is they? Or if I was reading a book, well, they said, well, who is they? And I think there's a great value in challenging oneself along those lines, especially if the they in your life, whether it's someone close to you or the society you live in or the company you work for, if they are saying you can't do something or you can't be something or you can't achieve something, challenge that. You don't have to be obnoxious in challenging it. The challenge doesn't even necessarily have to be an outer challenge. You challenge yourself. Could they be wrong? We were told by fundraising experts when we were trying to raise the money to buy this building, we needed to borrow a lot. We also needed to raise some in gifts. We went through a long interview process, interviewed and found the top fundraising firm in the country working with nonprofits at that time. Worked with them for 60 days. Their fee at that time was $12,000 for the work that they did for those 60 days. That was a lot of money for us. The end of which they told us, no, we would not raise the $500,000 that we needed in gifts. The most we could raise was $19,000. There was no way we could do what we wanted to do. Were they wrong? Yeah, they were wrong. They were wrong. They were wrong. Here's a few that I'll close with to inspire you with could they be wrong. You've probably heard some of these, but they're fun to remember together. I think there is a world market for maybe 5 computers. Tom Watson, the chairman of IBM in 1943, well, Tom, I own all 5 in my house. But what is it good for? Engineer at IBM 1968 commenting on the microchip. The concept is interesting and well-formed, but in order to earn better than a C, the idea has to be feasible. Yale University management professor, in response to Fred Smith's paper proposing reliable overnight delivery service, Smith went on to found Federal Express. We told Atari, we've got this amazing thing built with some of your parts. What do you think about funding us? Or we'll give it to you. We just want to do it. Pay our salary. We'll come to work for you. They said no. So then we went to Hewlett-Packard, and they said, hey, we don't need you. You haven't gone through college yet. Apple Computer founder Steve Jobs, an attempt to get Atari and HP interested in his and Steve Wozniak's computer, the Apple computer. My 2 favorites. 640K ought to be enough for anybody. Do you know who said that? Bill Gates, 1981, 640K ought to be, I think there's more than 640K in those little, chips that they put in the Hallmark greeting cards that play songs for you now. 640K memory? And the best one, I think, the best one. Everything that can be invented has already been invented. Do you know who that was? Oh, yeah. Charles Dewey, Commissioner of the U.S. Patent Office, 1899. So, what are you letting somebody else tell you is impossible for you? What are you letting somebody else tell you is impossible? You have tremendous creativity and a lot more genius inside of you than you dared to imagine or trust or believe.